are back. Another Money Emotion episode coming to you guys live per usual. Coming with the hottest, the best content. So if you haven't tapped in and subscribed or liked or commented, do one of those.
Yeah, we average about like 45 viewers per video.
We going up. I'm just saying.
We're going up. We're getting there.
Yeah,
So
we started with like 5, then we went to like 10, then we hit like the 20 average mark.
Yeah. Well, to be fair, like we didn't announce the new channel until like the second episode.
We didn't need to. We're just that fire.
We just made it and started posting it, and then I think slowly people from like the vlog started realizing like, oh shoot, they have the other channel too. So you know what that means? I think right now we're at like 24 subscribers, so we should be at around 40. I'm just saying.
Yeah, we know
I'm
there's
just
obviously
saying.
spontaneous viewers that like come through our other platforms and just kind of look at the videos. But yeah, if you are watching consistently, hit the subscribe button so we know that you guys are tapped in. Hit the like, hit the comments. If you guys want us to cover any specific topics,
Hit the comments.
hit the comments.
Let
'Cause we
us
don't know
know.
unless you guys say, or tap in on the Instagram. I post on the Instagram Reels. And let us know on there if you guys want us to cover anything specific that maybe we can help you guys with your content journey or what we've learned or lessons, bad or good. We
Yeah.
try to keep it transparent, so we won't sugarcoat anything. If you guys kind of want to get the raw truth on what we've experienced, just let us know. We can cover that. But with that being said, today we got a informational video or podcast. We kind of are going to talk about our experience in the content creation realm, where we are kind of going to break down verbally what we have gone through in terms of like creative blocks, content related mind blocks, where we struggle with content ideas or where we have flourished, what like he's kind of honed in on in terms of videos, what I've honed in on, and kind of also we're gonna talk about the topics in terms of how people sometimes feel like they can't create content because of the lack of either being in the right place, or they don't have access to resources, or like there's a billion excuses that we've heard people say. And I feel like when we've started seeing a trend in like these groups that we're joining, like fashion groups, content groups, like coaching programs and stuff like that, and we've seen a pattern of people saying like, oh, I don't have this, so I can't do content, or I don't have the physical product, so I can't do content. And it's like, you don't need to do content strictly on just the product itself. There's a million ways you can do content revolving around that idea, that product, that service, that whatever you're providing. So kind of keep that in mind, y'all. Don't let that be a reason why you can't create content. So we'll kind of jump into it. I have a couple topics here that I kind of felt like do tie into this topic. Hopefully we cover everything. And if not, then again, let us know in the comments and we can circle back and tie some of those things back in. But one of the things that I feel like I've noticed, and you can add on to this, is people sometimes when either they get an idea of becoming a content creator, whether it's through promoting a service or a product, or they just want to like do TikTok, YouTube, be a vlogger, any type of short form or long-term filming, they sometimes say, I have a fear of looking awkward on camera. So that's like, I feel like one of the biggest ones where people say, I have a fear of just being in front of the camera. I don't like pictures. I don't like videos, but I really want to do this because I want to influence or inspire people. And honestly, I would say that for us, we started in the same steps. Like we had never been photogenic. We had never been like in front of a camera really. We've always messed around and recorded ourselves just for our genuine fun, though.
We used to do like jackass videos.
Yeah, we used to do like jackass videos or like
basketball trick shot
videos.
Damn.
Or more of at some point we kind of did try to do like a little YouTube phase. It didn't last very long. We did it like for like a month, Remember when
You
we
did?
did our Bum Boys channel?
Oh fuck! Dude, I forgot about that. Damn,
That was
video's
when we were
still
doing
up,
like
too.
Jackass stuff, but
Dude, that
we
is
had posted it
crazy.
to like no audience, so we didn't ever think like, oh, there's gonna be people watching us. There's gonna be an audience that is gonna judge us or have an opinion or whatever. Not that that should even matter, but when you have already an established page or when you have just a general like your personal following and you're trying to convert your personal into like a branded page, you think about those things because you see your
Yeah.
friends, your acquaintances that follow you, and you assume like, if I post, what are they gonna think? And you think about opinions that again shouldn't matter. However, for us, we just started posting. I think we have a really strong mindset in terms of who cares what people think. We're not doing it for them, necessarily strictly for them. If what we start posting falls in their lane, then amazing, right? We're impacting them in a positive way and they become a supporter. But realistically, for myself and my own personal page, I genuinely don't care if people that I've known for or our acquaintances, and we kind of already touched up on this prior, is if I'm starting to post, I don't care to look awkward or embarrass myself or look weird or however you want to call it in front of a camera, because I'm not posting to impress them. I'm posting to get out of my comfort zone, to build a brand, to build these businesses that we've been working on. At the end of the day, they're not paying my bills. They're not doing the sacrifices that I'm making, and they're not going to be the ones regretting not starting if I don't start, right? So that's kind of what I see it as when I'm posting and I start thinking about, oh, when I used to think about these things in the very beginning is, who cares what they think? I'm not posting for them. I'm posting for myself. I want to grow this page for me and hopefully inspire and influence people in a positive way. And if they have something to say, I don't care. They can unfollow me. Like, that's literally how I think. Um, but yeah, like I just early on have always been kind of like-minded in terms of I'm not gonna let someone's opinion of me stop me from doing something. Yes, it's not always that way where I never think of those things. I am subconscious sometimes of I wonder what certain people are gonna think, but more than often, having a business partner that's always also like-minded as me, we remind each other that we're doing this for us and not anyone else. And if people support us, great, but we're not doing it with intentions of, impressing anyone. So I think that really helps. So you have to be strong-willed and have a clear mindset of that if you're going to commit to being an influencer, a content creator, whatever field, and it involves like recording, marketing yourself or whatever, you have to be 100% positive you want to do it, because you're going to need to include this style of short, like whatever content you include to help you grow a little bit. So, it's not always going to be perfect. It's not always going to be, right on the money where you think you're going to look and perform at your best. But with practice, with doing videos shortly after that, you'll start realizing the little things you start doing, your filler words, if you're making eye contact to the camera,
Dude, we
if you're
struggled with that so
prepared.
much, dude.
Yeah, we
It's
did.
crazy.
And he can tell you like more what
Dude.
things that we've kind of went through.
We've gone through countless of videos, guys. Like, even now, I would say, like, I mean, at least for myself, I know, like, I'm not even, like, the best at making eye contact with the camera. Because sometimes I'll just, like, either talk, like, directly at you. Because, like, it's just a natural conversation, and I forget, like, oh, shit, I got to look at the camera, But also, like, in the beginning, it was so difficult, guys. Like, I have, like, both of our first videos, the one outside, and then we did one in LA at this viewpoint, and we were just like, yeah, so check it out, guys. Yeah, looking at the fucking planes going by and shit.
Yeah, definitely. You can tell the confidence was not there in the video we were making.
It was horrible, dude. And I think it's so funny because now it's like so natural for us. Where like we could come up with some idea like right off the bat and just go with the flow, right? And I think slowly looking at like the progression that we've made from like the beginning, where we didn't have any idea. We literally we would do like 100 takes on a video, And then we'd finally get it right and be like, fuck, dude, like, it still doesn't feel right, but you know what, dude, fuck it, let's just post it. And that happened for, like, literally, like, the whole first year that we started doing it, where it's like, all right, a bunch of just trial and error, trying to figure out, okay, well, what's the best tactic to do, to go. And once we got it down, I think other people around us that we would do like a dedicated Monday giveaway, and when we would go deliver it, they would be like, so like what do I say, or like are we gonna script it? And we'd be like, nah, like we just go, you hand it to you, you say what you gotta say, and that's it. And seeing how like they would react is so funny, because they'd be like, oh my god, they get all nervous and like playing with the bag or just doing this all the time.
Yeah. Yep.
It's so funny like looking back at it now. So like, it's gonna take so much time, dude. You're never gonna feel like super comfortable until you just stop giving a fuck, basically. And once you get to that point, it becomes so much easier.
Because you don't, it just becomes second nature. You just you forget the camera's even there, or you're recording. You know, obviously you got to prepare to some extent. You know, for us, we do podcast form videos. So for these, we do. We'll talk about the topic. And if we don't really know about the topic too much, we'll do our research and we'll kind of like read into it and stuff. And so we can provide like valid information for you guys. But with our vlog channel, we just do everything on the fly. We don't prepare anything. It's all like...
It's all a one shot.
It's all one shot. And we don't prepare, so...
But I think to add to that, also being like yourself and just being who you are in general, like not trying to pretend to be anybody outside of like your content creation, helps a lot also, because it's just natural.
Yeah.
When we have these interactions at Mean Stitching, where we're talking with Josh, you know, and it's just a legit, genuine conversation, or like today with Chauncey, you know, or the homie Marco, it's like, it becomes less of like, oh shit, I'm behind the camera, let me try to be someone, and it's just like a, dude, what's up, bro, how you doing, like this and that. It's, I guess, don't try to be someone that you're not. Because then you trip over your words and shit, you know, or like if you get caught in like real life and someone that recognizes you, they're gonna be like, who the fuck, like, who do you think you are, bro? Right?
Yeah.
Or like, damn, you're not the same person, or you're not who I thought you were, you know. So
yeah. And I've seen that happen a lot. I've seen that where like someone is pretending to be a different character or persona for the videos, for the content, and whatever. And again, like, if you're making money, cool. Like, I get it. It's not for, you know, not for everyone, but
that's true.
Some people do it and make money, and like I understand why they do it. However, I've seen a lot of, you know, feedback in terms of when fans meet that person, it's like, dang, they're not who I thought they were, or they're disappointed to meet their, you know, inspiration, things like that. And that's how it happens, because that person plays a different persona in front of the camera versus in person. And usually it's a negative like reaction to like I've seen people saying, oh, I'm not a supporter anymore because they're rude when I like wanted to just go and ask for like a picture or something. And I understand, you know, people have their own personal lives and they want to not be bothered sometimes. However, you also have to understand that you put yourself in these situations of in front of the camera, you know, being a media star and or influencer, whatever the case is. And before you became famous, I would argue to say you were wishing and praying for moments like that. You know, so...
Or they were doing it to their hero, right? Or whoever they looked up
exactly.
To.
So just kind of keep those things in mind. You know, always remain humble. Always remember, like, your roots and where you come from. You know, so when there's another kid asking you for those pictures or whatever, you know, do your best to, like, even if you're in the worst mood, don't, you know, reflect it off to those people. You know, they don't mean no harm. And, yeah. Second, not knowing what to talk about. You know, a lot of the times people say, oh, I can't record or talk about anything. What I have to say is invaluable, or I don't have anything important to cover. Everything has already been said. I don't know what my niche is. Your niche is what you're into. And maybe you don't know what you're into, but this is where you can experiment, try things out, and see what makes you happy. And what makes you happy is a great place to start, right? whether it's like video games, daily blogging, the fashion stuff. You trade stocks, you invest, you know a lot about drawing. Like, everyone has something they're into. And nowadays, you can turn every little thing into a niche.
Yeah.
There's people that
That's true.
can turn. I was literally just watching a video of someone that turned washing clothes into their to their like own business. And I've heard this before, but
Crazy.
she was I think she was working like a 9 to 5, and she was just like bored, and she was like enjoyed folding and washing clothes, so she started recording herself, and then people started asking her if she can wash their clothes, so she started doing it, and she started getting paid while she was charging them, and then turned it into a whole business, and now she doesn't work her 9 to 5, and has like a whole like washing business.
That is insane.
I was tripping
That
out,
is
but that's like a
insane.
perfect example. I wish I knew the person's name, but
That is crazy.
that's a perfect example of just documenting your regular life and not realizing and just doing it for the fun of it can turn into something. And that's like a key part where I just said is you have to enjoy what that thing is doing. Don't be doing something that you're miserable doing, because then it's going to feel like a job and you're not going to put your effort in. You're not going to be passionate about it.
Yeah.
You're not going to really be able to withstand all the lows as the highs, right? Because when the highs are up, everyone's happy. Everyone's like, yeah, we're doing good. But when you're really passionate about something and you hit a low, that's not going to stop you, right? It's going to motivate you to get out of that low, or motivate you to, like, you know, continue going and things like that. So you have to enjoy what you're doing. But, you know, going back to the not knowing what to talk about, that's a really great example. I don't know if you want to add another example, but that's what I would say for that.
There's actually an example of there's this guy that does like fashion that I follow. I can't remember his name, but this guy's a fucking genius. He literally has no garments at all. So all his videos are right now is him going through the process of designing it. Literally, he'll record himself and say, "These are my ideas. This is what I want to put to the pad, and like draw it out." So he literally probably has like 23 videos right now, but it's all just of like him trialing and error, going through the process. And then literally like 2 weeks ago, he's like, okay, I'm going to scratch this idea. I don't like it. I'm going to actually try this instead. So he's naturally building this audience that can see his vision. So that's going to translate to customers later, right? Because now that these people are actually invested in like his process and everything that he's doing, I think naturally when you see someone have this growth and get to like their finish line, you naturally just want to support them, right? It's like when you see like small vendors at a pop-up event, right? You hear their story and they're like, oh shit, like that's fucking cool. We've experienced this when we were doing like Dedicated Bros pop-up. We would tell them our story. Yeah, dude, we've been best friends for X amount of years. Now we're doing this, that. They'd be like, damn, I love that story. Like, actually, let me get this and let me get this. So documenting your process of everything is like a great example that you guys can do and start taking initiative into your content. And I think that's probably, I think that's like one of the best ways to do it, because then you also build loyal customers, people that care about you, they care about your story, and that's going to go a long way, because we've learned this. We'd rather have 50 loyal customers that are going to buy from us every single time rather than 150 or 250 that are just going to come every now and then or buy once and never again, right? So there's always something that you can grab content from. It's literally, if you don't like your idea, record that shit. Oh, dude, yeah, this idea, but you know what? We're scratching it, so now we're gonna try this. So we have actually another good example. Earlier today, we what was his name? We met him with he was set it up at Chauncey's Chorizo today. Oh yeah, shout out to the homie. I have his sticker right here. It's Mariscos Platos El Gordo. Yeah. I don't know if you guys can see that, but that's his little sticker there.
Shout out to the homie. He hooked us up with some fish tacos. Actually, some
Super
shark
fire.
tacos straight up from. They captured a fish or fished them in Mexico in TJ, and then they bring them over. They fillet them and freshly make the fish. They bread it, and it was actually super
Dude, that's
super good.
fire. Yeah, I've never had a fish taco like that. That was really
Yeah,
good.
it's good.
But anyway, so I had asked him for like his Instagram, right? And he didn't have one right now, and he was like, "Yeah, I'm gonna start posting, eventually." But literally, I thought about in that moment when he said that, I was like, "Bro, like, you have a phone.
Mm-hmm.
You can start recording now and start doing like the process, so that way when you make or create your Instagram, you have." Say 10 videos ahead of time scheduled, it's ready to go, so you can start building your audience. Like he was struggling to like get his
It was his griddle or his grill.
yeah, he was struggling to get that lit up. Like, dude, that's a great fucking video. Like, the struggle for today is this, right? Then overcoming it, getting it started. Now I'm able to sell to my customers.
Yeah.
Take initiative, start recording, even if you feel like it's not great content. Like, dude, it's gonna be great content for the people that care about it.
Mm-hmm. Facts. Yeah. And I'll add on to that too. There's so many different ways, right? Kind of what he was saying. You can record the behind the scenes, right? What he was talking about. You can record the actual process of you designing, you drawing, kind of what he said, right? You can record the designing of a website. You can record yourself, right? What you're feeling in the moment. People like creating connection that way, right? With venting and kind of feeling vulnerable to their viewers and saying, hey, like today I had a really rough day. This is how it was. Building a business isn't easy. Da, 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 da. And they go into depth as to like what their emotions are. To build transparency, to build connection with the audience. That's like the best way that you can build a committed and relationship audience, truthfully. And that's through like the emotion, the attachment, through the growth of seeing you from here, point A to B to C to, and so on and so forth. People want to invest in your story and your movement. So,
because it's relatable.
Exactly.
Hey, we all go through the same shit.
Yeah. As long as you can relate to, or someone can relate to it, they're going to invest time in watching and staying posted with your content.
Yeah.
Whatever it is. It might not be the numbers that you want to see at first, but as long as you stay consistent, you'll be okay. And I think you'll see gradual growth. Some people want to see overnight millions of views, and realistically, like, you just can't go in with the mentality of that, because then you won't last a month in creating content. But yeah, like, you can literally record every single process of your day. So if you have a camera or you have a phone and you don't know what to post, just record yourself going through the motions of you trying to build whatever idea you have and post that.
Yeah.
That's like the best advice we can say. Even if you feel like it's bad stuff, just post it, because and then that'll help you decide what's your good content, what's your bad content.
We all have one of these, so get to post
I
them.
don't, so don't hit me up.
No, because he did say that earlier too. He was like, "Oh yeah, bro, I'm trying to get a camera to start, right?" And I think you said, you're like, "Bro, well, we've been shooting on iPhone for like 2 years. Like, we just got this camera, so
Yeah.
bro, no excuses, chief.
Yeah.
No excuses."
All right, so that's for not knowing what to talk about.
I'm gonna need another order of those tacos. Pretty fire.
Number 3, overthinking perfection. This can kill your content process. Can't stress this enough, but we've been here. We've been where we want to have everything perfected. And even now, we really shoot content for hours and hours because we want to get perfect content. But we used to try to get perfect content and try to get like perfect everything in terms of editing, in terms of, if it's not this perfect amount of seconds, if it's not this lighting, it's not this, like everything top to bottom. And it's great to have that mentality. But realistically, when you don't have hundreds of thousands of dollars or whatever budget, I want to say that it's impossible, but it's very difficult to achieve large volume of content when, like, as you should be posting like almost every day when you're first starting, and have perfect video every single day, because it just takes a lot of time to build content and stack it up. So you realistically just got to get over the idea of like your content is not going to be perfect. It's not. And until you get over that idea, you're not going to be able to post in volume. And if you don't post in volume, your growth is going to stay stagnated or it's just not going to move, you know, unless you are like one of those unicorns, right? Where you're comparing yourself to other people and you see, hey, well, they've only posted 4 or 5 videos and they have hundreds of thousands of views. And like, you're not them, unfortunately. And you got to stop comparing yourself to someone else.
Yeah.
You got to focus on your business, your niche, your idea, whatever you're focusing on, and just post.
And that's very misleading too, because a lot of you will only see those 4 posts, but these people have been posting for years. And I know this because I did this with my car page where, I had like probably like 400 fucking posts. I posted for like 3 years, not every single day, but I was very like consistent. And I had like a few videos like really blow up, and I would go back and like I'd be like, I don't care about this video anymore. I don't care about this video. So now it's like I cut it down to like half at the time, right? I think I had like 50 posts. So that's what everybody does, right?
Yeah.
Because once they hit that milestone of fucking 100K plus followers, they're like, okay, well, maybe I should clean up my page. Or like you start thinking a little bit differently. So like when your customer goes to your page, it all looks like uniform. And like if they didn't do like the hard work or whatever the case is, right?
That's very true.
Or
And that's
they
something
also
people don't
hide.
think about it.
Yeah.
People don't think about it. Because what you were going to say is they hide their posts,
Yes.
right?
Yeah.
That's what kind of he's referring to, if you guys don't know. You can hide or archive posts on your grid or your Reels tab so that it doesn't necessarily show on either one. And if you archive it, it just completely deletes it from each tab.
Yeah.
But how he was saying, you know, people archive or hide those posts so that when people open their page, you see the videos that have the most views first. And that subconsciously, psychologically, people think, wow, they're really popular, they're really trendy. And then they start watching all the other videos because those numbers trigger, wow, if this person has this many views on this video, it had to be good.
Yes.
And then they watch it, and a lot of the times it's a basic video, right? So
Yeah, you never know what's gonna really work unless you try it. Like,
yeah.
I never knew one of my fucking videos. Like the last video I expected to blow up is the one that blew up, and it had
Yeah.
like sparkly text and shit. And I was like, really?
Yeah.
Like, this is not that fucking cool compared to like some of my other videos where I really spent time and like curated, you know. So you never really know. It's weird.
It could be the smallest change in your video that will impact the virality of the video. I think one of your videos that you're I don't know if this is the one you're talking about, but the one that was raining.
Yes.
Your car was raining. It was like a video of his car parked, and it was raining, and it was like dark themed. It was like super aesthetic vibe. But it was literally like, what would you say, like a 8-second video or?
There was 3. There was 2 in the rain that had like text.
Yeah, I remember.
It was like a quoted text, and that one's the one that really blew up. The other
that
video
one got
that
like
you're
how many
talking about-
views? Like 50 million or something.
Something like that, yeah.
Yeah.
The other video you're talking about was the one I expected to like really do good, because that video for me is like, that's my style, where it's like dark theme and shit. And yeah, it's like an 8-second video, and it did well, but it just wasn't not what I expected to.
And this is a great full circle moment to what I mentioned earlier, is you have to be ready to take these type of emotions, right? Like, he put in effort into a video and he thought it was going to go really well, posted it didn't do well, and then the same video but changed something different did really well. Imagine he never did that change, never posted it, and he just got discouraged because the first video didn't do good. Then he would have never unlocked that virality that helped him gain whatever followers.
Even earlier today, we did literally I did like this trial reel. I did it in like, not even joking, I was like 5 minutes. And I was like, you know what, I'm not gonna tell Bruce about it, or say, I'm gonna just send it into the trial reels and let it sit there, we'll see how it does. Dude, that shit, like 2 hours later, we got a notification saying that the trial reel is doing well. And I was like, oh shit, look, dude, this shit's doing good. And it's like it has like text on it, and I was like, okay, I was not expecting this, and that's why I was gonna leave it in the trial reels. More of the story, post everything that you can, even if you feel like it's not gonna work out. Just, if you don't want to post it officially yet onto like your main feed, do the trial reels. Like, that's honestly like a great outlet to just put it out there and see how it does, which even then, like, you could post it on trial reels and then do a regular and or not post it there, and who knows?
Nope.
Like you just never really know. So post any content that you have. Don't get discouraged by the numbers or anything like that, because I know personally like that shit can be very discouraging. Like when I transitioned my car content to like my own personal content, I think I even told you about this. I was like, fuck, bro, like I went from going from X amount of views and likes and comments and shit to like, bro, I barely even get like any fucking like views or anything, you know, which is crazy, you know. But then again, it's two completely different things. I went from like posting like sad boy quotes and dark content to like now it's more like positive, like motivational.
It's completely 360.
Yeah, it's completely 360, you know. So I mean, I can't say I didn't expect that, you know, but I think I did expect for like some people to still be like, oh, bro, like it's cool, like they still support, you know, which that's gonna happen also, you know. So don't let shit just like discourage you, because that shit'll fuck you up.
Yeah, 100%, dude. I agree.
It'll give you like creative block also. So, which we've been there too.
Yeah. Okay, so we kind of already touched on it, so we'll just kind of go over it again really quick. But the fear of being judged, common things I've heard, and I think we can both agree on, is what if people I know see this content, right? I think that's the biggest thing. And I said it a little bit earlier, whereas when you start posting on like a personal page, you have the mentality of, I post something on my personal page and people that I've known or from high school or college or for X amount of years are going to have an opinion about what I post and like judge me, right? Again, you can't have those ideas. You can't have that mindset when you're going into this. And if that really is something that is going to bother you, then delete that Instagram and start a new one, like from zero. And just start it. And people that are going to genuinely want to convert it into a supporter are going to go and follow you. And people that just didn't really care and they were like I don't even know what to call it. Just someone that was just there on your follow list because of mutuals that doesn't care about you or anything that you're doing. Like, it shouldn't even matter at that point. So if that's something that you're thinking about, just delete that Instagram, start a new one, or just remove all your followers and start from there. That's more work, but if you really want to go that route, you can. Another thing we've seen and heard is, what if someone makes fun of me? Dude, you're never going to escape that. Realistically, you're never going to escape the first two things, realistically.
You could work on it, though, too. Like, if there's something that's there that they make fun of you of, where you think and you actually reflect on it, because people could make fun of you of, like, the dumbest shit ever, and it could just be like, all right, bro, shut the fuck up. Like, that's not even who fucking cares, right? But there could be something where people make fun of you where you could actually reflect on it and be like, you know what? Actually, let me take some steps so I don't go there again, or I don't keep doing this thing where I'm saying like 1,000 times, or I'm saying or I'm fucking, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying?
You're about to quote your ass.
So I would say, if there is something that maybe, say it does bother you a little bit, you know, because I had this happen to me recently.
I'm putting up the comment right here in the middle where they called this dude out.
There was a comment that said, how many times is this guy going to say like? And I was like, this fucking bitch don't even know what it's like to be in front of the camera.
I'm about to do a counter for this guy on this video.
Dude, that shit was so funny. And honestly, it didn't even bother me. But I did think like, oh shit, you know what? To make the content better, let me see how I can restructure or like reword myself or be more thoughtful and not say like 10,000 fucking times like right now.
Yeah, this whole video just backfired for
That's jokes. I'm fucking around. But no, like seriously. And like
that's jokes.
I'm gonna add the counter.
Yeah.
But there is like that's feedback that you can just take and be like, you know what? Okay, I don't give a fuck, but it is something that I could obviously improve on. So let me see how I can figure this out to improve in it. Not for this person, because who the fuck cares about them, but for myself in general to make the content better, right?
Oh.
So
But that's good feedback, right?
Yes,
You can't
yes,
take
yes,
that
yes,
as
yes.
a negative form of, hey, someone's talking crap or talking shit. Or
Exactly.
you got to take that maybe criticism, if you want to say, or if you want to even look at it as someone is talking crap to you, is that is feedback you can positively use to elevate your content. Because when you speak better, and this is something we're still working on as well, right? We're still very new to this stuff. But
Yeah.
compared to someone that has been established in the podcast industry for a very long time, you'll notice that they talk very smooth, very well. They use good vocabulary. But that takes time and practice. Not everyone's a really great public speaker or speaker to just an audience. But, to the point is, you can use that for your benefit to help you elevate
Yes.
when someone is calling you out on it, right? If someone's calling you out on something like that, it's because if it bothered them or they caught on to you saying a word repetitively throughout the entire episode or content of yours, or you abuse a word so much, like a filler word, like and the, like, those are things that people catch onto very easily and they'll call you out. And it's because I wouldn't say necessarily, it could bother someone or it distracts them from the message that you're trying to convey.
Yes.
So just kind of keep that in mind, right? Like, you got to see things in different perspectives. As someone is calling you out on it, just look at your own video, watch your video, which brings me to the next point. But watch your content before you post it, because
Yeah.
sometimes you can catch certain things that you can on your own acknowledge versus someone else acknowledging that for you,
Yeah.
which can help you.
Yeah. So, when people make fun of you, you could literally use it for content like we did, putting the counter, the like counter.
Dude, we're done. This episode is done. So
Use that.
Damn.
Who knows? That
who do you
might be
think
the
said
video
like
goal.
more in this episode?
Damn. Like right now?
I know I said it a lot. I don't even know how many.
No, but this is perfect. Like we literally use it. Great, I'm gonna notice that shit every time.
I know.
But we use it for everything now. Like, it was content. It's something that can help us, better the content. And it's not like we took it the wrong way. We listened to it and we realized, oh shit, okay, this is something that we could improve on, right?
Yep.
It's kind of like, never mind, that's controversial. Skip.
I'll say the last thing that I've heard too is what if nobody watches? That's what people say, and I think we have been in this situation as well where,
Yeah.
well, at least myself with my personal brand page or my fitness page, in the very beginning when I was starting to kind of gain a little bit of traction on those, and it's not like I have crazy traction. I don't have any followers really on those pages. But when I post like my own stuff, I will say to myself, what if nobody watches? In the beginning, I used to say that. Now I just post for myself. But that comes with time, right? You understanding that you're not posting for anyone. You're not posting for validation. You're not posting for approval. You're not posting for, someone's opinion. Those are all things you have to eliminate when you're creating any type of art or content or any stuff that you're posting out for the public view. Is you can't think of those things because someone might not, but maybe no one watches. Like, realistically, you could have no one watch, right? You might not get any views, or maybe 10 views or 15 views out of your hundreds of followers. But you have to remind yourself that you're posting this for yourself, and the rest will come. Like, you'll get the views, you'll get the money, you'll get whatever, as long as you're consistent, as long as you're putting the work and effort and all the X, Y, and Z's behind it, it's all going to come and fall into place. But you can't go into it with the mindset of, I should jump into it with followers coming in right away and views and likes and positive feedback and all this information. That doesn't come right away. Maybe from your friends and family that are really close to you, yes, because that's what they're naturally going to do. But from outsiders that don't know you, it's not. So
It takes long.
Yeah.
You never know when it's gonna happen.
Yeah, it can happen in 1 week, it can happen in a month, it can happen in a year, 5 years, 10 years. You don't know, but consistency is where it's at, and as long as you stay consistent, you improve on your craft, you learn, you better yourself, and you stay vulnerable to feedback, and apply the right feedback. There's no way you won't see growth. It's just impossible. It's just it's impossible.
Yeah.
Which takes us to our next topic, which is the lack of consistency. Things we've been told and have said ourselves is, I'll start tomorrow. I don't have time. I posted once and stopped. So there's different strategies that we've used to overcome this. You want to kind of add on to that, like strategies that we've done or have helped you?
We don't really have a strategy, honestly.
Yeah, low key, we don't. We just post. We're just animals.
Nah, I think what has helped us a lot is we've been touching on on these other topics, is we kind of don't really care what everyone else thinks, and we are just staying true to ourselves and posting what we like and what we relate to. So, for example, we just shot how long were we out there? 5 hours?
4.5 hours.
4.5 hours. And we're going to use that content and we're planning out for 10, 15 videos.
Mm-hmm.
That's how you get ahead. That's how you stay ahead of everybody else. That's how you stay on schedule. And that's going to take it's going to help you in if you ever have a creative block, which has happened to us plenty of times. There's going to be weeks where you just go dry and you have no creative idea. And you're just like, shit, what do I post? Well, okay, yes, it's an issue, but you still have 15 videos in line ready to go to post whenever you want it to, whenever you want to post it. Versus if you're just posting on the fly, okay, I did this video today, that's it, this is going up. When you're ready to post your next video, say it's at the end of the week. Now you're struggling and you're in scramble mode and you're not making the best content that you make.
Mm-hmm.
That's when shit starts to really fall apart, because then when you're in scramble mode, you can't think correctly. You start misjudging on what you should really be doing, which a lot of people don't really think about. We didn't think about this before.
Yeah.
We would go and do our hashtag dedicated Mondays. And we would do it one video we would shoot for a few hours, but we would only have 2 or 3 videos. When in reality, honestly, we probably had content for 10 videos, right?
Yeah.
And we weren't on a strict schedule where we okay, let's post these 2 days, and then the following week we post these 2. We tried. We had the idea. We tried. It wasn't getting implemented. Which... It's going to happen, dude,
Yeah.
But this is where you learn and you start realizing, okay, how can we really get on a strict schedule so this doesn't happen, where we're not falling behind, right?
Yeah. I agree.
Staying ahead is very crucial.
Yeah, batching content. You have to batch content. The reality is most people want to stay current and fresh and think, oh, I have to record this video today because people are going to watch it today.
Yeah.
No. The reality is, yeah, you could do that. You could post a story post of you on your way to go do an errand or whatever type of videos you're doing. Maybe behind the scenes, you're working on a photo shoot. You can post a story, right? That's content. People don't think a quick 5-second video of, hey guys, I'm here on set shooting for my brand. Or, hey guys, I'm here in the studio or in my room creating this podcast. Or... There's so many different
content
I forgot to
clips. Post that story. Right?
There's so many content ideas that people don't realize you can do that are so simple, but they want to create this entire video vlog thing that's professionally clipped, cut it, edited, write sounds, write this, write that. It's if you don't have that, don't force it, because you can also tell when content is forced. A quick story post, if you don't have a reel to post, is also content that you can do, right? They complement each other, and you do want to have a good mix of both story and reel post.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah,
but yeah, it's endless. It's endless. Don't let yourself be limited by the materials you have or don't have, or the equipment you do or don't have. we don't even have all the equipment that we want to have, and we shoot with what we have, right? So it's taken time to
Yeah.
get to where we're at right now. We used to post and shoot off our iPhone strictly, but before then we didn't have any of that. I recently just got a laptop to help with like editing the podcast because they are really long videos, and on the phones it takes forever to upload and download the videos. It would take like, shoot, how long would you say it would, like, just to
All
download the
day.
videos?
All day.
Just to download the videos onto the phone from the memory card would take like an hour, just for like 2 separate clips, and then to edit them and then export it from, we use CapCut to like edit our videos, export it to download to prepare to upload would take like hours, like 4 hours,
Yeah.
4 or 5 hours.
Forget about it.
And, and then to upload the video from your phone onto YouTube would take another fucking 4 to 5 hours. So think about it, guys. That's in itself, for one video, like 12 hours of just, not including the editing time. So you have to watch it like 2
Yeah.
to 3 times to make sure the sound's good, to make sure the edits are fine, it flows all good, you didn't miss anything on the first or second here. Like, I literally
Yeah.
watched the podcast like 3 times before I upload it, and the podcasts are at least an hour long. So think about it. That's 3 hours, not including the editing that I did. So at least we'll say 4 to 4.5 hours of just editing and watching the clips.
Yeah.
Before he was doing it on his phone, it was downloading, editing, and
Rough.
uploading.
I don't even want to talk about those days.
So, yeah, but recently we got a camera to help us with better quality, and then I got a laptop. He still uploads on his phone, but his videos are shorter. He does the like YouTube videos. Not to take away from him,
It's
but
a lot easier.
It's a lot easier now.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's pretty brutal. So
Yeah, I would literally watch it going home, guys. Like, I would just set the phone on the air conditioner as I was driving home, and I would literally watch it, make sure it was good, and then I would start processing it. And as I would sleep for like work and shit, it would be processing out of CapCut.
yeah,
And that's not even just that's just exporting it from CapCut. So like it would literally take like 4 hours, guys, because
Yeah.
the thing that makes it so these files are so huge because it's a 4K camera. So literally, guys, like 1 minute is 1 gigabyte.
Yeah.
So think about it. You guys seen these videos? They're like usually about an hour long.
Yeah.
So that's 60 gigabytes.
a 4K resolution video.
Yeah,
is-
dude. And then
It's
if you
pretty
don't have a
brutal.
strong Wi-Fi connection, like at work, when it was typically the time that I would upload, I would literally set my phone in one of the coolers, the beer coolers, because it's really fresh in there, to not have it overheat or anything. And I would just sit it there for like 6 hours as it was
That's
uploading.
insane.
So
Yeah.
think about that,
I would have
guys.
put it in the freezer. Yeah.
Oh, man.
But yeah, that's just kind of our own example, and we've said this many times. Like, this is anything new to our followers that have watched this. You guys know that we've mentioned this, but to anyone that is watching this, that is taking anything new from or anything away from this podcast, is do not have any excuses. Do not set anything in your way that and say, oh, I don't have a camera, I don't have a phone that can shoot 4K. Like, dude, upload in whatever phone you have, whether it's the 13, 14. Like, dude, just upload. Like, start uploading now. Don't have an excuse for it. When you start getting better, then you can upgrade. Save your phone, like sell some stuff on the side, like do little side hustles. Whatever it takes to upgrade your quality, do that. Stop eating out. Do those little things and sacrifices if you really want it, because that's when you really want it, you'll do those sacrifices. But a lot of people say they want to do something and they don't have the money, but then they're eating out, they're spending all this money on other stuff, and it's like, dude, you don't really want it. But yeah, take us as an example. Upgrade your equipment when you can. Don't let it be an excuse. Stay consistent. Don't care about what people have to say and if they have to judge you.
Honestly, I would say don't even upgrade your equipment if you're not going to take it serious.
Yeah, that too.
Because, dude, I've seen this happen to so many people where, like, they really go all in an idea that they have, which is cool to do, you know? But it's fucking expensive, guys. Like, I've seen people spend, like, $2K on a drone and not use it. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
or,
that's
like,
crazy.
Or get a crazy camera that's 5K and it's just sitting there.
And they don't even know how to use it because it's so complex. Like,
yes.
they're so new.
Yeah.
You shouldn't even get a camera that expensive, first of all. Start with the
Yeah.
basic one. We used the camera that I had for 2 years. That was like
Yeah.
on a deal at Target.
The Canon.
Yeah, it was a Canon Rebel
Oh, no,
T7.
free promo.
But yeah, that's a camera that we used for like what, a year, and we just took
Yeah,
pictures with that one. We
just pictures.
recorded on our phone, and then after a while, we are like, okay, we need a better camera for both, and so then we upgraded. But that took 2 years, right? But yeah, moving on. Don't don't let the not know what to talk about scare you away because you don't have anything important to say, or who knows who's watching, or no one's watching me. Why should I post? Like, just post. At the end of the day, you're posting for yourself. Don't post for anyone else. Overall, when you start posting, you'll end up impacting someone's life if that's the type of content you're putting out. But yeah, so don't let the not know what to say stop you from posting content. Super crucial. Don't let that be a barrier of I have nothing valuable to put out in the world, or say get over the fear of the judgment. There's always gonna be judgment. You're always gonna have someone saying something about your content style, about what you're doing,
Yeah.
whether it's good or bad. You could be doing everything perfect, and they're gonna still say something. You can't control it. Like, you literally can't.
That's true, dude.
Get over the idea of having to perfect every single content and clip, because if you focus on that too much, you're never going to post anything, because then you're never going to feel like your video and content is ready to be put out, because you're thinking about what I said in this video isn't important to be put out, or I'm trying to perfect it, or I am scared to be judged, or I look awkward in front of the camera. Like, you just got to not overthink that. Just post it, and then you can fix it as you go, right? That's the beauty of doing this, is the more you post, the better you're going to get. And you're only going to get better if you post. So you got to do it.
Yeah.
And lastly is consistent, right? All of those only work if you're consistent. Everything before that I just said is you have to be consistent in order to see growth. And in order to see growth, you have to be consistent.
Facts.
So
Facts.
they go hand in hand. If you want to really take this serious, then at least start with those minimal fundamentals of content creation or whatever business venture you're going into. But yeah, before we move on and close it out, we're going to give you guys a couple ideas of kind of how you can start a video to hook people in. And it's very simple. You guys can, there's different ways you can find these. You can just look at videos that have a lot of views and dissect it and see, why did I watch this video, or what made me stop scrolling and watch it. From the movements of the camera to the opening statement to the closeout to how short or how long the video was, the type of content, the video, the sound, the lighting, everything plays a part. So just try to replicate that. Obviously in your own style, but that's a great way to do your own research, do your own homework, study brands and influencers that are like content that you want to be posting, because that's the audience that you want to attract, and you're only going to attract them by posting videos that are similar to that in your own unique way. But with that being said, these are some hooks and ideas to kind of just get your brain going, and if you're in a rut or you're in a creative block. A relatable struggle hook. These connect with people that are already feeling some type of way. So this first hook is, nobody talks about how hard this part of success is. This is an open-ended kind of statement or question where it drives curiosity in people's minds as to what is so hard about the success. What does nobody talk about? What are things that people avoid? And I'm curious now to watch this video because I want to aspire to be like this person, and I want to know what success is going to look like.
Yep.
The both bright and dark side. Second is,
That's a great hook.
most people quit right before this happens.
Sheesh.
A lot of people, and this is one that's commonly used to hook people in. If you guys have watched any like motivational videos or kind of business or entrepreneurial or influencer videos, is people always say, if you quit too soon, you never know how close you were to success, right? So that's a great way to hook people in. in the most basic way. Obviously, it doesn't have to be in this specific wording, but you can use these ideas to kind of get a perception of how to hook the audience, if that makes sense.
Yeah, you tailor it to your own brand or niche. Like, how do I start a clothing brand? Or how do you start a clothing brand? How do you start designing? How do you get away from creative block? Like, these are all just hooks that would be tied into your specific niche. Or how do I film a car? Like, literally.
So a good example is to kind of make it a little bit more straightforward, I guess, for someone that just wants to do content creation, right? So for the first one is nobody talks about how hard this part of success is. You could literally just change the wording to say nobody talks about how hard this part of being an influencer is, or a content creator is, or whatever to your niche is, a fashion designer, a business owner, a coffee maker, a bartender. Like, you could literally just plug in your niche at the end and boom, it's your own hook.
Literally a copy and paste.
Yeah. And easy. You can literally ask ChatGPT for these. These are just kind of things that I did research on really quick and just kind of thought, okay, these are common ones that I've seen and we've used. So they're relatable to us and I feel like a lot of people. So that's why I'm using these. But there's so many more out there. You can literally just ask ChatGPT, hey, give me a list of struggles for content creation that people commonly struggle with. And if you probably type that in word for word, it'll probably give you a list of like hook ideas. Pain points. So this is another really popular one that we see in like emotional niches or just content that is like tailored to try to hit a certain pain point in someone's life to solve a problem for them. And you see this in hooks like, if you feel like you're wasting your life, listen to this. This mindset is quietly destroying your potential, or this is why you feel behind in life. These are all things that when you hear, you start thinking, okay, why am I behind in life?
Yeah.
This person has the answers clearly because they're talking about it. So let me watch their video. And a lot of the times their videos don't necessarily tell you why. It's just kind of more of like a skill set or something else pertaining to it. And it's a little bit misleading, but that's what a hook is, right? It's kind of like a little clickbait.
That's exactly what it is.
Yeah.
Essentially, yeah.
If you feel like you're wasting your life, listen to this, right? It's not real life advice a lot of the times, but it's maybe something that worked for them that they're trying to put onto the masses.
Yes.
Which
is exactly what you see in our thumbnails.
Exactly. We use it in all of our shorts, in our videos for podcasts or YouTube videos. These are things that we've used and have worked for us as well. And they're just kind of universal. You just got to tailor it to your own audience and your own niche. And lastly, to end it off, we will say some story hooks, great for podcasts, which is kind of what we have. And it can go something like, I watched someone destroy their potential because of this. I learned this lesson the hard way. And here's why. A mentor once told me something I'll never forget. These are all hooks that we didn't necessarily use, besides, I think, the one of I learned this lesson the hard way. We had, I think, a podcast 2 weeks ago that we talked about, or last week actually, we talked about how being business owners together and like the things we've learned about each other and how we've made things work. And we use something in the industry that a lot of people always say, how are you guys best friends and make things work being business owners together? Because if you have ever done business, a lot of people say, oh, don't do business with friends or family. And we're literally best friends and we do business. And people are always amazed at how we make it work so well. And we talked about that in our last podcast. So if you're curious, go watch that one. I just got you guys with a hook.
That's exactly how it works, guys. That easy.
But boom, some sauce for you guys. But yeah, it's that easy. Like, we make it probably look a little bit easier because we've been doing it for 2 years now.
Yeah. Once you get into the routine and practice it, and it's just a bunch of trial and error, like, it becomes natural to you guys.
Yeah.
It'll become natural.
Yeah, it becomes natural, and and you start realizing like the opportunities and the things you're weak and strong at.
Yeah.
But yeah, super simple, y'all. Hopefully this podcast was informational it helps someone out there that's contemplating starting content and is unsure how to start, what kind of content to post, and the ideas of, oh, I feel awkward or scared or judgment, all the things we've already mentioned 5 or 6 times. Just start. You have to do it because everyone can be greater than their yesterday. You got to be 1% better every single day, and that's only possible when you put action to your words. So
yeah, the hardest part is starting.
yeah, that's the hardest part. The second hardest part is staying consistent, and the third hardest thing I would say is probably not quitting. Maybe not in that order, but I would say those are the top 2 things.
Yep.
But yeah, guys, another Money Emotion podcast for you guys here. We're getting so fucking good at this. So if you haven't watched our other podcasts, go watch them. Let us know what you guys want us to talk about. If you guys have any ideas, let us know in the comments. Like, comment, share, subscribe.
6 a.m. every Monday.
Yes,
The
every
perfect hour.
single Monday. Please, for the sanity of mine and his sleep, go watch this so that we know you guys appreciate it, because I'd be going to sleep like at 4 in the morning just to get these up on Sundays by 6 a.m. And it's worth it because you guys be watching and supporting. But and we have fun, honestly. It's so super dope. But like we said, subscribe. And it's been Money in Motion Mondays podcast. And we are out.
Peace.